Do you know about the Hannibal Directive? Because you are probably about to start hearing more about it thanks to the interview given by Yocheved Lifshitz, the recently released Israeli prisoner who famously shook the hands and politely said shalom as part of her goodbyes to her former captors. The Hannibal Directive is a somewhat mythologized but definitely real policy or general mentality of the IDF and Israel, stating that it is better for an Israeli to be killed than to be taken hostage. It's a very controversial mindset even within Israel, but one of the main arguments in favor of it is this concept that if you are captured by Hamas, then you will be tortured and treated so poorly that death would be better anyway. Which is why the story being shared by Yocheved Lifshitz in her interview is turning out to be so problematic for this Israeli narrative. I've listened to the entire interview. I've also published a full transcript that you can go read by yourself. And I'll tell you right now, this statement that the headlines are all going with, "I went through hell," is absolutely true, particularly the day of her kidnapping, which was awful. But also, it's pretty clear in the full interview that she's also describing the difficulties of just living as a Palestinian for a while. She describes how her captors very deliberately made sure her living conditions were identical to theirs. And that means no food, no water, no electricity. It was hell in part because life as a Palestinian is also hell right now. But this part right here, why did you shake the hands of the Hamas terrorists? Because they were gentle with us. Our needs were supplied. That does not fit the narrative of this growing evidence that Israeli forces implemented the Hannibal Directive and were part of the reason so many Israeli lives were lost on October 7th. Mondo Weiss has reached the same conclusion, and so has Jonathan Cook, a journalist in Nazareth. Which means more nuanced headlines like these not only more accurately portray the meaning of the quote in the context of her full interview, they also support the growing narrative that Arabs aren't complete animals and killing your own people so they don't get captured is in no way justified. But you don't have to take my word for it. I couldn't find a full transcript of the interview anywhere online, so I typed it up and published it to Medium. You know where to find it, go watch the video, and draw your own conclusions.